raise my kid.
Oh, no.
What? No, I would never. But if you'd like, I can give Sandy some tips. Look how I've helped Dawn evolve. Dawn, you'll get a peel cut.
Hi, Amy. Good morning. Jeff in Las Vegas.
Hi, Jeff.
Thank you so much for joining me today to talk the Croods Family Tree. You know, the Croods and the Bettermans getting their own series?
Yes. They're perfect. It's such a perfect, when you watch the second movie and you see those two families, I had this thought, like, wouldn't it be, of course you want to see these families live together and see what happens.
It's a sitcom waiting to happen, isn't it?
Exactly. That's what I thought. It's a sitcom waiting to happen. And I get to be in it.
Yeah, with lots of tiger riding, bird hunting, and sleep piling, I would guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got our punch monkeys. We've got, a lot of the elements that people will love from the films are definitely back with us. And I think fans will not be disappointed. The series is a perfect extension of the movies, and we get to spend some time with these characters and see them in different situations and really get to know them. And it's really fun.
Well, can you tell our viewers, who do you voice in the Crood family?
So I'm Ugga. I'm the matriarch of the Croods. Gran might disagree, but because she's my mom, but I'm the mother of the Croods side, and then Hope is the mother of the Betterman family. And I feel like for Ugga's character, a lot of the series is about her and Hope and sort of connecting different parenting styles and family styles and figuring out a way to learn from each other, teach each other, fight about things, laugh about things. Of course, all the families blend, and there's wonderful episodes where we have, different relationships with different people. But I do feel like her main representation is for those moms out there who are trying to wrangle kids of different temperaments, to say the least. Get Thunk off the couch. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but she's trying.
Well, the movie set up the series so perfectly because there's so many possibilities. You have 10 characters in the movie, so everyone gets their chance with more personal stories, don't they?
Yes, yeah. I think the writers were super excited to be able to pick up a mantle that was so perfectly laid out, where you have, really distinct, personalities and styles for each person. And so you get to explore just a number of themes and situations with, people really who are completely different from each other, finding ways to compromise and to bond and to overcome. And there's all the challenges that life comes, with. In the case of the Croods, it comes in the form of prehistoric animals and, and learning how to live in the wild and learning how to evolve. But there are great metaphors for all of us trying to navigate, a complicated world, and a world that's always evolving and changing, so figuring out how to move through that change too is a lot of, I think, thematically what you see in the Croods.
And the series was in the works even before the sequel was released. And, but TV moves faster than feature film, doesn't it? The show's at a faster pace.
Yeah, I mean, although honestly, I'm not totally aware of this. Animation is fascinating to me because I don't know when I need to learn more. I feel like I'm not a good representative of the timeline and how these things are put together. I feel like it's incredible to me how they manage to take our voices and then put them to picture with these moving bodies and then adjust back and forth. Television has to move at a quicker pace because you're creating so much more content. But and I think in some ways the television show gets a head start because so many of the qualities of the show have been established. The how it looks, how it sounds, and some of the themes and the storylines and the characters. So they get to cheat. That's also part of why I think film probably takes longer. They got to create it all from the beginning.
And take us through a typical recording session. I've heard a lot of stories from other actors who say, they're not worried about their appearance. They show up in their pajamas if they want to. It's a very laid back atmosphere, but it's probably some of the most difficult acting they've ever done because they're playing off of, they're reading words and creating something with nobody else there.
Yeah, it's a definite, it's one of those weird jobs where people are like, oh, I could do that. You're just using your voice. But then you realize that it's almost harder when you're limited to one of your instruments. Like if you think of an actor as their body and their voice and their physical appearance, as the things that tell a story. Well, in this, you have one thing to work with yourself, which is, how you're, and I have to remember not to use my body because I'll like hit the mic or, like I'm always making noise and they're like, yeah, no, you got to stay on the mic. You're like, oh, right. I'm not going to actually run. So this job was one of the more unusual, I think any voiceover actor has had, because we did start right after shutdown. And so we all learned together, how to use Zoom, how to record out of our homes, and we got to record with each other, which is very uncommon in voiceover. I would say 90% of the time, voiceover artists go into a booth alone and record their parts, and then it gets laid in with everybody else. And so we actually were on these calls together, and we would, run, each of us was our own engineer, and we would press record, and then we'd all press record at the same time, and you'd be like, ready. And then we'd cut and we'd all save the file. Like, okay, that was take one. It was really funny and very, unusual for all of us. And I think we just were so happy to be working at such a scary, unknown time that there wasn't a bad mood, in the room. It was like total gratitude, and had very good sense of humor about all of it. And I was blown away to hear that these episodes really were, we didn't re-record. They used these home recordings, blended them, mixed them, and made them work in these episodes. So what you're hearing is people really, most of us in our home closets, really just recording ourselves, just pretty wild.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations on the new series. And I just got Batman Long Halloween, so I'm excited to watch that too. Yeah. So you voiced Barbara Gordon, so that's going to be really cool.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'm going to get to Comic-Con one of these days. It's a real life goal of mine. So
I miss it too. I go to Comic-Con every year. So I'll see you at Comic-Con next summer. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks. Take care.